Uh-oh. Since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's a show. Since that day in 06, I've been on the grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. I ain't been the same. Since that day, I know. Since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's for sure. Since that day in 06, I've been on the grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. Since that day, I know. Since that day, I know. Since that day, them boys try to tell me how to do my thing. I looked them boys in their eyes and told them that they fucking lame. I'd rather die before I ever join a y'all game. See the way that y'all moving, y'all not out here catching play. And lil' mama with that drama, y'all don't want that pussy no way. All them bodies that you got, I know your daddy, he a shame. And that wino outside, he used to be the man. Now he lame, shit done change, it ain't the same, I got a lane. Life's a game, then you make your move, shit gon' change, then you gone, never home, places flown, money blown, then you roam, build your throne, fuck them naysayers, they still home, on the road, Mo Genie told me no roads in double O, whoa. Since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's for sure. Since that day in 06, I've been on the grind, I'm go. Since that day in 09, they ain't been the same, I know. Since that day, I know, since that day, I know, since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's for sure. Since that day in 06, I've been on the grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. Since that day, I know, since that day, I know, since that day in 9-4, boys had a master plan. Since that day in 06, I knew that I'd be the man. Since that day in 09, I changed our lives, didn't know it then. Boys proceed to talk about it, then I hop, I get the win. Still trade for my liver, cause I'm throwed off the gin. In the beginning, good night, it's the gin. Shout out Robbo, if you know South Wednesday, add Dabo in the party, ass on the table, juiced up. We was twins, Harbor made, daily pay. On my Michigan plug, no way. I'm just talking to my youngest, that's the only thing I'm serving today. Rockstar lifestyle, yeah, I love this shit, I'm keeping going. Ranch coming next, I'm that boy, rich, keep it flowing. I've been popping, that's for sure. I do my thing and now I'm wrong. Oh no. Been that boy since 9-4. Since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's for sure. Since that day in 06, I've been on my grind, I'm gone. Since that day in 09, I ain't been the same, I know. Since that day, I know, since that day, I know, since that day in 9-4, I've been popping, that's for sure. Since that day in 06, I've been on the grind, I'm gone.